we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. They go play action with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Not much there, only a yard.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Hurts throw taken in here by Fuller.
Oh, what a move. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
From the 16, Hurts. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Eagles are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there, and right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Operating from the gun, Ratliff. Flushed out right. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for a loss on the play. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give right side. Bass, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Airing it out deep for Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter. This time, a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory, but I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before, and now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want, and they turned things around in that case and picked one off themselves.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Ratliff.
That's into the hands of Jacob Harris.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Buying time to his left. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bass. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd down, it's Bass. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Now ETN to start the drive.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. Ratliff.
He'll drop this one off with ETN.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, Ratliff. That's complete to John Ross. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Throwing on first down. Ratliff. And down inside the 15 he goes. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Back to the ground with Etienne.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Travis Etienne.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams were able to get back within a touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is down to a field goal.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Dancing to his left.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On first down, Bass. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Into the secondary again. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing is Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Ratliff. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. This fielded right at the goal line. Turn up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, LA. Travis Etienne, 76 yards. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
3 yards remain for second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bass, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 39.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Hurts going for the deep ball. And this one is incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. Hurts. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Bass. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this 3rd quarter. So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this 3rd quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
They've got his man, complete! And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
go play action here on first down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On 1st and 10, Ratliff. Catch is made by Metcalf. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with ETN. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 5.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Buying time to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Rams are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, Ratliff going deep downfield for Ross. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for L.A.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
A handoff for Etienne.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw.
Ratliff. He'll get this off to Etienne.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly.
This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 114 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bass. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And they'll get this down to the 10. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll keep it on the ground. Bass. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. He's back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Escaping the pressure, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation.
And this is caught inside the 5. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he
certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. He'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
So out comes the field goal team once more. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
So out comes the field goal team once more. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game.
Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
136 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. 2nd and 11.
They'll set up a throw.
And connecting quickly with Goddard.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime, now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
They'll run on first down. It's Bass, and he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Rams are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ratliff.
Pass complete to Harris.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Looking to throw. Ratliff. And he's got his target, Harris. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge? Let's give them a little bit of credit, keeping their team in the game, because if they score a touchdown there, it's game over.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Pass complete, Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of about 5. That stops the clock, but slow and steady won't win the race at this point.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.